stand for me real quick, please? Go ahead and take a deep breath in through your nose. Out and exhale through your mouth. Okay, one more time. Big breath through our nose. Exhale out. So we breathe, okay? We really have to understand the concept of breathing. The reason why we breathe and take a deep breath, you can apply this to your game. You can serious breath. What the deep breath does is it lowers our heart rate. Especially when you're nervous, you got a lot going on in your life, and you just need to take a deep breath and just relax. It gets blood circulating, or oxygen going through your bloodstream, meaning it gets blood to the muscles that you need to use to perform, right? Just by simply taking a deep breath, it enables you and enhances your performance and how your body moves and functions just by taking a deep breath, because it gives your muscles oxygen to flow. It increases focus and a concentration when you take a deep breath. Okay, just so I'll let you guys know that. Go ahead and take a knee. Take a knee. So I want to talk to you guys just a little bit about, my story. I want to talk to you a little bit about this concept of choice is an illusion. Okay, choice is an illusion. So starting with myself first, man, I'm a local guy, man. I grew up in Soledad here in the Simmons Valley. Small town kid, man. My father was born in Lubbock, Texas. First Mexican American, first generation here in the U.S. My father migrated from Mexico. My grandmother migrated from Mexico. My dad was born in Lubbock. What did he do when he was your guys' age? He was picking cotton in the cotton fields with my uncles, right? Moved to Salinas, moved to here, worked in the fields. Many of you guys can relate to this, right? Your parents, your relatives, all group working in the fields, right? So that was kind of my background, man, where I had this blue collar, just this underdog type of mentality, man. So when I saw my dad, and my dad told me these stories about how you had to work in the fields and do this and do that, and how you couldn't go out, right? You couldn't have fun. And he was a great wrestler in high school. Went to North Salinas High School. North Salinas High School. I heard about Anthony Tony through my father. That's how I heard the name, because they both went to the same high school. My dad was a little bit younger. I think he was a little bit younger. Yeah, I think he was a little younger. But my dad was a great wrestler, right? They say wrestling back in the day. My dad was a wrestler, right? A wrestler. CCS champion, league champion, state placer, top 5 in the state. So I come from a bloodline of freaking fighters, right? Bloodline of fighters, guys who have chips on our shoulder, and we use it. We use it to prove everybody who doubted us, everyone who ever said I couldn't do something, said I wasn't smart enough, I wasn't fast enough, I wasn't quick enough, right? I use that, man. I use that fuel, because some of you guys' parents come from very humble beginnings, right? Some of you guys have some parents that come from very humble beginnings, so we gotta use that as fuel. We gotta use that as fuel. You tell me, the best thing you can do to me is tell me I can't do something, man. You tell me I can't do something, I'm gonna prove you wrong. I'm gonna use that as fuel when I wake up in the morning to get that work in, to get better, to get smarter, to get faster, to get quicker. I'm gonna use that, right? Quick story, man. This guy named Fred Taylor played for the Jacksonville Jaguars with the University of Florida. Great running back, top 15 running back of all time, okay? So he got into the league, played for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Within the first 4 years of his career, the first 4 seasons, he was injury prone. He even got the nickname Fragile Fred. That was his nickname. Imagine having a nickname being called Fragile, right? That's not a very good nickname, is it? So Fragile Fred was his nickname because he couldn't stay healthy through the season. So he met with this guy and he says, I want to change. I want to be healthy for this next upcoming season. I want to show out. I want to be healthy. Okay, let's take a look at it. What do people who are in their second year on the contracts, as far as in the league, they're on second contracts, what are they doing differently that I'm not doing? Right? Because success leaves clues, guys. Those who are the most successful in this world, it leaves clues behind. So you can take and steal it and apply it to your own life. Apply it to your own craft, okay? So he goes on, he says, the one thing that all those guys did who were playing 8 to 10 years in the league, they all got treatment before and after practice. They all got treatment. Saw the trainer, whether they were hurt or not, but maintenance, body maintenance, right? The second thing they did was they arrived at the facility at 6:30 in the morning, every morning. 6:30 in the morning, every morning. These are guys who were in the league for 8 to 10 years, again, who are on second contracts. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna start doing that. Because he was a guy who just showed up right before meetings. Meetings started at 8:30, he was there at 8:25, right? Practice was over, he's going out to the club, okay? That's the kind of person he was during that time in his career. He changed all that up. He ends up playing 36 straight games in the NFL. 36 straight, started every game because of behaviors. Change of behaviors, right? I had a vision when I was your guys' age. I had a vision, man. I used to cut out pictures from Sports Illustrated magazine. This trainer at Harnell, I was going to Harnell at the time. This trainer from Harnell, he had these Sports Illustrated magazines in this thing so we could read while we're getting treatment. I used to steal them. I used to steal them because I didn't have a subscription to Sports Illustrated. So I steal the magazines. I would cut out pictures of all my favorite athletes within the magazine. Then I stapled it and taped it to my wall, right where I slept. And the reason I did that is because I had a vision for my life and where I wanted to go, man. I had a vision for my life where I wanted to go. So when I see these pictures of my favorite athletes, I said, that's gonna be me one day. I began to visualize and envision the weight of the helmet on my head, the weight of the shoulder pads on my shoulders, running into the stadium with hundreds of fans screaming and chanting the team I'm repping, right? I said, envision that for my life, man. Then after that, I put the time in, man. I put the work in, I attached action to it. Because again, going back to this concept of choice is an illusion. Meaning, if you want to be a starter, if you want to be if you want to stand out on your team, what do starters do, man? What do all league, all conference, all American players do every single day? They're up early, they study their craft, they're students of the game, they show up early, they don't show up on time, but they show up early, right? So we got practice, they're there 15, 20 minutes early, getting their body right. Some people even 30 minutes earlier just to get their body right, right? So behaviors, again, success leaves clues, man. Success leaves clues. That's young man over there, my boy, 5 years old. Success doesn't only leave clues within football. Even at home, man. Even at home, man. So your fathers, right? Some of you guys have a great relationship with your fathers. So if you don't have any fathers, absent fathers, your mom's raising you, your grandma's raising you, your uncle's raising you. Behaviors, man. There's no choice when it comes to being a great dad. There's no choice when it comes to being a present dad. I'm gonna be freaking present when it comes to that boy growing up. Because I know some of you guys here are hurting. You're hurting, man. Waiting for your father to show up when he says he's gonna show up. Behaviors, man. Choice is an illusion. If I wanna be a great father for my son, I gotta show up every day. I wanna change diapers? Hell no, I don't wanna change diapers, all right? I don't wanna brush his teeth before bed. I don't wanna do that stuff, but I have to. Because I wanna be a good dad, man. I wanna be an influential father. That's me. Some of you guys don't have that. So when you have a family of your own, use that. Use that. So when it's your time, it's your time. It's your time. On the field or off, choice is an illusion. You make what you make, man. What you put out is what you get back. Don't forget that, man. Come on.